All right, so today is December 15th, 2000, not 2000, 2021. So yeah, day trading recap on our ES trade. We practically traded the ES today. I took maybe a couple of trades on the NQ or the MNQ, but it was mainly on the MES today. Today, like I mentioned, and I don't know if I posted my recap, I'm gonna check. But like I mentioned, that today I will mostly paper trade because I wanted to iron out some of the kinks based around some of the issues that I've had over the last few days, and thought I would essentially just carry on to improve on some of these things. And then what I ended up doing was after the FOMC report happened, which is obviously this spike, I took some long trades. So I'm going to go over what we did, how we traded earlier today, and some of the things that I was looking at and some of the challenges that I went through. My goal, so when I paper trade, my goal really isn't so much about making money. My goal is essentially trying out different ideas that I would use when I'm trading the markets, and the better the what's it called, the achievement of the goal is such that I'm able to, I don't know if I'm speaking English properly, but I'm able to um, what am I trying to say? I'm able to figure out what the problems are, and trust me, there were quite a few problems, but I'm able to find ways to adapt and improve on them. So yeah, so that's what this recap is all about. All right, so like I said, yes. So this recap is really about spotting the setups and trading the setups. Over the last few days, or maybe the last week, I have been, um, should I say, over trading. As a result, taking some really bad trades, and therefore not really trading the 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 chart or trading the setups and looking for high probability setups. So today, very similar to yesterday. In fact, let's actually start with the our chart. So we had this trading range. We broke out yesterday, and then had this bear trend. And I noticed we had this wedge forming. And as a result, I mean, I wasn't too sure. I thought maybe it was just a bear channel. But actually, when you look at the response from the from the bulls, you get a sense that we had a trading range. So equally today, if we were going down again, chances are we would have a similar response. The bulls were strong. So kind of expecting that today. I wasn't sure whether we were gonna break the lows. I was part of Al's trading room today, and he mentioned that he didn't think we would break the lows. If you look at the Globex session as well, after yesterday, we had just a sideways trading range. Not much happened as we got into the day. So I marked the range with this blue line and this red line here. Prior day, it was just a bear trend in the Globex. But the chart which we're trading is the cash session, which is this. Right, this line marks the session boundary. So this is yesterday, this is today, right? And the way I like to trade is I just essentially trade the session based on how, like I carry on trading based on what happened yesterday. I ignore the Globex. I mean, the Globex chart, you can see, is pretty much the range here. But I like to think that traders are actually making decisions based around what's happened yesterday. All right, so today we had, I think this is the first, no, this is bar one. So today we first had a bear bar closing on its low, and then another bear bar, and it was a big bar. As you can see, it had gone past what, 2, 4, 6, 8, almost 10 points. Another bear bar closing on its low. So this is already a setup for an always in short, or if anything, a breakout, right? Because this is such a big this is a lot of selling, excessive selling, and it kind of follows through what happened yesterday. I actually think I mentioned this in the video that we had all this selling here, chances that we're going to get a second leg down. I wasn't really thinking about that as the day opened, and I was very hesitant to short this, even though it was a paper trade, but I wanted to trade this as I would with my normal account. I was very hesitant to take this short, and only because we're on the moving average. We have a potential double bottom over here. If I was going to take this short, it would probably be a big scalp. Yes, it's a second leg down. It's a very strong bull trend. I wasn't sure if it was a good, bull flag basically. So anyway, we went down, and then of course we had a bear breakout, right? So this was the second leg of this, which was interesting. I think I did take a short here. Did I? Let me. Actually, I forget I have the chart trader up so I can check. I remember I did this in my sim account, so let's put the markers in. I did take a short here, I remember. So I did take a short over here. I got out over here. We actually did get quite a few points out of this, but I did not take most of it. We got down to this point. I think we had 5 points, which was huge, but I ended up taking, I think, about 3 points or something. I had some problems with NinjaTrader in terms of getting in and out. Yeah, 3.75. Okay, that was actually a lot more points than I thought. So it was, so I ended up taking one contract, got 3.75 points. Normally I go for 10 points because that's my daily goal, and then got that. And then I counted 3 legs down. 1, 2, 3. We had this pullback, so I thought 1 pullback, 2 pullback, and 3. Did not take this long. Took it long over here, and found myself in this choppy consolidation. I had an opportunity to exit here, did not take it, and then got out over here for a loss. I was not happy about that, but took the loss anyway. And of course this rallied. I actually took it long here, and I think I entered too many contracts by mistake because I had this set on 4 contracts instead of 1. I tried to get out a lot of them here, and then I think I ended up exiting most of it over there. I didn't like the trade, and then we rallied all the way here. I got in long again and got out here because I saw that this bar had created a bear bar, and then it came back out, let me out here. Now, why did I decide to get out? Because we had formed a wedge top, and I think at this point I thought, okay, so wedge top is probably a lower high. If you think about it, this is the first high, second high, third high. So this is the wedge top here. And so therefore wedge tops tend to attract profit taking. 1, 2, 3. So I just thought we're definitely going to make another low. So I took a short here. No, it says I entered here and I had to go, and yeah, took another small loss. Took a short here, and then exited. Now I was very hesitant, and I think it was all because I wasn't sure about this. I thought, we've closed the moving average. I don't think this is going to go far. So I just held it. I didn't hold in, and I just got out. Then I entered here and then got out. So there's a lot of hesitation over here. I saw this come down. I measured this wedge. I went long here. This bar was, it was a very strong bull bar. Went long here. Now, why did I go long? And then I entered again here, and then got out. When we got towards moving average, I assumed, well, whilst this is 3 legs down, it's actually 2 legs down, we may get 1 more leg down. And that was one of the reasons why I got out, because I was like, we're stalling at the moving average. We're probably going down again, and we're probably going to break this low. If you think about it, this is a lower high. I kept on saying this could be the low of day. This could also be a retracement. I just kind of felt like this is probably not going to happen. But this bar, and I didn't see this at the time, but now I see it. If you think about it, oops, lots of hesitation, and that was one thing I picked up throughout the day. It was like trying to decide what to do. I was not happy that I got in here. I thought I should have gotten in there, but then again, this is the signal bar. The stop was down here, and what I think I should have done was, once I got in here, did not like the follow through. It was disappointing. I should have just left my exit where, because as you can see, A lot of traders didn't like this follow through. As a result, they got out here too, because a few also tried to get in here and they got out, which is what made this bar come down. I should have just done that. Most of the times, whenever this happens, I try and put my exit above, and I end up losing more, which is weird. It's happened so many times where I've actually lost so much money because I don't like the follow through. I've entered too much, and I'm not prepared to risk this much. So I think the lesson here is this is not a really good signal bar. Should not have taken this trade. As a result, you can see it wasn't really that great a trade. As far as profits are concerned, had I taken this trade, would I have achieved anything close to no? Just six points. Normally 10 points what I go for. Maybe I would have gone for 5 or 4, but the follow through wasn't great. That I didn't want to take this trade. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that will happen. You will find something that doesn't have a good signal bar and it's not worth taking. And I noticed that was the first thing I need to adjust. Look for really good high probability trades with good signals. This was not a good one. And as you can see, it wasn't great. The next one that I took was a short, obviously, around here. There wasn't really a good reason to short this, and I did. I think I went long here at the moving average. Not a really good trade. So there were lots of trades that were not good here. This was probably the best one. This was a good trade here, but I was actually still in the trade here while it was retracing. And what I decided to do was to go long here because I had looked to the left. No, I had looked to the left. I actually had my order over here, and it just missed it. So I decided to just go long anyway because I thought you're going to get 3 lows down. So essentially how I read it was this. We had a spike, pullback, and then channel 3 pushes down. So I thought, okay, on the third push, and as you can see, there's a nice trend line down, and I probably should have just put my order there, but instead I had my order down here, and I said, oh, it's probably going to miss it because I charted a 15-minute supply demand zone over here, and it was just there, but it missed it, and I just wasn't too happy, and I just took it long here. Took out, because I entered with too much, I took out some because I said the goal here is not about making money, like with it's fake money anyway. The goal is to trade properly and trade the number of contracts I want. If I'm going to trade one contract, I should just keep to that. So I took that, took out one, went up. When I saw this pullback, I thought, this is interesting. We're getting a pullback here. My exit, one of my exits was here. The other one was up here somewhere. And it's interesting because price finally got here on the third leg up. So it hit my first exit, and then I just exited the rest. This was just rubbish. I was not doing anything. This is not part of anything. I'm not even going to talk about this because this is just, this is rubbish. This is just me messing around because I'd already finished for the day. But it says because I went long with something and I said, okay, I'm going to leave it and see what happens when I go out, because I went to target. So I entered a position here, put my stop there, and I put my take profit there at the moving average. And as you can see, it exited there. But yeah, so the point was when we were printing, this bar was struggling to cross the moving average. The thing that got my attention was the fact that I was like, okay, we've sold off this strongly. We had 3 pushes down, 1, 2, 3. So technically, this is also a wedge. So we really should be retracing strongly if this is the major trend reversal, or we're going to come back down. If this bar is hesitating, we'll probably come back down. I saw these 2 strong bear bars, and this is why I was messing around here, because I thought, it shouldn't go down. We should have some hesitation down by the bears, but actually there was a lot of selling here. This generally can be the case. It could be exhaustion. And I just did not consider it that way. It was a trading range, if you think about it. So you had, the range actually started here, 3 pushes down, 1, 2, and 3. And this was a signal bar that I should be looking for. I generally don't like buying above bars when you have this much selling, but it was actually a really good signal bar because the risk was smaller. This is where your stop is. It was perfect stop. And you see the bull bar coming out, breaking out of here. It's a great place to buy at the bottom of this range. It's not far from the bottom of the range. It's actually a great signal bar, and as you can see, lots of bulls bought it. It's a double bottom from yesterday's low, and therefore it makes sense why you would have a big massive rally. And that was what I did in this account. Then in my real account, I did more of this area. Um, I ended up taking this, so I wanted to take it long around here because I was like, okay, we have these three massive bull bars. We actually have a wedge, 1, 2, 3. Wanted to take it long around here. Could not get NinjaTrader to behave itself. Entered over here, put my stop down here. I entered again here. My average price was around here. Exited a bit. I think I entered a bit more than one. Exit, entered. And then shorted, then entered, and I had some really bad issues while I was entering. I was trying to fix this, and I had some problems with my charts because things weren't working out right. And then eventually I entered one more set of contracts over here and exited there. Now, why the hesitation here? Because I saw a wedge, 1, 2, and 3. A wedge was forming, and I said, okay, we're probably going to go up and break this high, and we did break the high, but I said, oh no, and then this now shot down. I said, okay, this is probably going to fail because we bounced off the moving average here. It's a double top, probably will retrace, but I wasn't convinced that we would. As you can see, this was a test of the previous day's high. So I said if we went any high, I should buy the break of this high, or at least maybe the break of this bar, but the break of this high would be a good buy with a stop down here. And as you can see, that wedge failed and it just it ripped. I then now went back to my sim account. I'd already hit my goal, 3 times my goal already. Went back to my sim account, and I bought this high and then got out here there was a measured move. It wasn't this measured move. I had a different measured move. I think it was I can't remember what it was. It was set based on this breakout and not based on this. So the high was here. And as you can see, here was where I got out. And I thought I'd find out some more measured move targets. This was a really good trade. I did consider taking this in my account, but I thought I've already done okay. Let's just leave it as is. It was an 18-point move, which would have been nice with my real account, but it's just one of those things. Yeah, and it was nice seeing this sort of rip. I had a lot of confidence taking it here and putting my stop here, only because this was such strong selling. This was a 50% retracement of this, and also a bounce of the moving average. So as you can see, bulls bought that. Al said he bought over here at 50%. It's not something I normally do, but it's something I will start considering. Whenever we have a nice strong rally, a 50% pullback is always something to consider, and quite a lot of bulls did that. And then of course we went up. So tomorrow I'm still going to try more paper trading. Chances are we will get even higher, because as you can see, we are testing the highs here. When I look at the Globex session, I see that we've even gone even higher on the Globex. Yep, we've gone even higher. Oops, and then we're about to test the all-time highs, but we haven't actually broken the Globex high here, because this is a Globex session as well. So maybe we might just go sideways, but we'll see what happens. Normally, whenever you have a big rally like this, you should expect a second leg, or at least some sort of retracement. Maybe if we pull back again down, and then another second leg. So it'll be interesting to see what we get in that. Okay, so that was trading today. As I said, the idea was to trade these setups. This wasn't a great one. This was a better one, even though it just yielded this. And in fact, I never really measured how much we got out of that. But it was a good, if we measure how many points we got from here. So taking it from the top there, all the way up there, 5 points, 5.5. Okay, yeah, that's all right. That's okay. This was the best one. Although this is one I'm never confident when it comes like this. Even though this is where I took this, but this is the first reversal is always minor. The second one's always a lot stronger. This was better. There were some other opportunities. There was this one. There was this one. 2 bear bars closing on their lows. I could have taken this short. Stop all the way here. As you can see, look at how far we went after this wedge bottom. Lots of selling. Definitely maybe another leg down, third leg down. So this is one I missed. we're in the bear trend at this point, and I should be trading in the direction of the trend. And I think that's the other problem. I was looking for to counter trade, and I really should always look for this. So I think tomorrow, I think we're in a bull trend, so I'm going to look for bullish opportunities. Here we're in a bear trend, so it's always a good idea to look for those trades. Again, two bear bars, should definitely look for that. It's very different from what you see here. This is the last leg. This is the first leg. This is a very good trade here. Two bull bars. You could take this long here, putting your stop here. It's not a very good. Yeah, you don't get very much. You would have been stopped out here, but at least you'd have gotten something from here. Let's see if you triggered that and you've gotten all the way up here. 7 points. Okay, not bad. So at least for 5 points, if I'm going for 5 points, I think that would have been cool. Yeah, that would have not been too bad. And then of course, if you wanted to, you could scale in more as well. Buying this is huge risk, so you could want to reduce your position, because if you think about it, you're risking how much between, actually this is the top of the bar you want to buy, so between here and here you're risking 11 points. That's a lot. So I might just half my position, and then just buy more above another bull bar here. All right, that's trading today. Again, like I said, we'll do again tomorrow.